The process of developing the strategic plan has been such a rewarding experience. As we began developing the goals and the key performance indicators, we quickly realized that there's a key element that's going to help Del Mar College move us into the future, and that is you. That is us, the people here at Del Mar College. Now, as we were looking at the values that we really wanted to move forward over the next few years and prioritize, we quickly learned that every time we were talking about an individual, a person who works hard every day here at the college. So I had the opportunity to interview several individuals that the Strategic Planning Committee identified as people who chart the Viking Way every day. They work hard, they're passionate about what they do, they're passionate about moving the college forward. Take a look. Dr. Klein, thank you so much for joining me today.
Certainly.
Can you tell me a little bit about you, what you do here at the college, and how long you've been here?
I'm a professor of history here at Del Mar College. I've been here now 18 years. Came in 2006. My specialty research is in liquor prohibition from the early part of the 20th century. I wrote a book actually that kind of came out of my dissertation, but that's been about 15, 16 years ago that came out.
And so the Strategic Planning Committee was tasked to designate certain individuals at the college who really embody these values.
Right.
And you were chosen, Dr. Klein, to embody the value of community.
Oh, that's very nice. That's very humbling.
So, can you talk a little bit about the definition of community as what it means to you?
Well, I just think that a community is people who work together, not just live together, not just in close proximity to each other, but actually work together and do things for each other. And Corpus Christi, I think, really embodies that. We got some of the best people in the world here in Corpus Christi, people who are willing to do things for others that they don't know at all.
So you are also a huge advocate here at the college.
Yeah. So, this is back in 2007. We formed, I was one of the founding members of the local chapter of the AAUP, American Association of University Professors. Professional association of faculty members around nationwide since 1915. Albert Einstein is a member, lots of other folks as well. Anyway, I became the president of that chapter in 2009. I served in that position until 2019, and then stepped down and took over the secretary's responsibilities. But in the meantime, I got more and more involved in that, and so in 2014, I was elected as the president of the Texas Conference of the AAUP, representing the entire state. And I served in that capacity for 6 years until 2020.
What is it about Del Mar College? What is it that gets you up in the morning?
You know, I think as much as anything else, I love the people at Del Mar College, the staff, the faculty, but it's really the students. The students get me up in the morning because I think that this generation, this age group, people who are in their late teens and 20s, even in their 30s still yet now as well, far more active, politically aware, socially active than I was at their age, and then most of my friends were at their age. And I think that's a good thing because the world is changing, and I think people are waking up to the fact that they have an opportunity to be a part of that change and to help shape it and determine what that change is going to look like.
In terms of things that concern you, what keeps you up at night as somebody who is with our students every day, somebody who's out in the community?
I know that, and this is not particular to Del Mar College or to Corpus Christi, this is a nationwide phenomenon. A lot of college students are food insecure. I think the college has taken great steps now toward they opened the pantry, and I've tried to mention that to my students as well to let them know that there's resources out there. A lot of our students are also parents as well. Some of them are caregivers for parents at the same time. They're parents as well as that they're taking care of their kids while going to school now as well. Maybe trying to hold down a job or more than one job as well. So they have a lot on their plate. That really I think concerns me. I want students to do well, but you have to devote a certain amount of time to your college studies to have a decent chance of being successful at it.
You have a very global sense of community and really caring about people in kind of in a general way. Where does that caring culture come from within you? Because it's really shaped a lot of what you spend most of your time doing now.
Life is difficult, right? Life is difficult for anybody. And so anything we can do to help each other out just a little bit, to make it a little bit easier, I'm all in favor of that, right? I mean, just to make things just a little bit easier for someone. I'm happy to do what I can.
Now that you've been here for 18 years at the college, and you look at the next 5 or 10 years, what are you hopeful for?
You know, I fully expect to continue teaching. I'm 60 years old now, and so there's always a possibility of retirement. I've been joking since I got here to Del Mar College that I'm going to leave the college feet first. I'm never going to retire. That was easier to say when I was 40 than it is now when I'm, or 42 when I'm now 60. For the college, I think, again, the college has such a good reputation. Had a good reputation when I got here, still does have a good reputation for academic rigor. I'm going to do what I can to make sure that that stays in place as well. And, this is part of our faculty advocacy work, that the best way for that academic rigor to remain in place is for faculty to be in charge of the curriculum, right? That at the institution, the college or university, there's kind of a tripod of leadership. Board of Regents or trustees, that some schools have, and the administration, and then the faculty. And all three of those kind of legs of the stool need to be on the ground to have kind of a stable footing. The administration is much better at handling compliance matters, and obviously dollars and cents, and that's where the regents and the trustees are going to come in as well. But it's really the faculty that have the expertise. I teach history, right? So you don't want me teaching welding. That's going to end badly if I teach welding, right? And so you want somebody who is in welding determining what that curriculum should look like. Let me just say this, that I study history, right? And all different types of history: political history, economic history, gender history, religious history, social history. I tell my students this every semester, that history doesn't just happen. Someone makes history. If a country does this or a community does this and not that, it's because someone decided that. Right, and that means that's empowering, right? If you stop and think about that, that means if you see something now that you think needs to be changed, act. It may not be successful. You may not be successful, but it's the only way anything is ever changed, is when someone has acted. And then typically when lots of people gotten together, but sometimes it just takes one person to kind of get this started. Act. And so that I think has always kind of stuck with me as well. That as I see things now that I think, that's not quite right, that should be changed. Well, all right, I got to put my money where my mouth is and get involved in, right?
It really goes back to that, if not me, then who?
Yeah.
Well, very courageous.
Thank you.
And thank you again for so much of your servant leadership here at the college and at the community. It's really been an honor to sit and talk with you today, Dr.
Thank you.
Klein.
This is very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.